So very hearty welcome to one and all whoever joined newly to this course. It's a very great beginning in 2021. We are starting about with this very spiritual literature which has been accepted worldwide and has been a practical guide for everyone, irrespective of any caste, creed, color, sex. Anyone has got a great benefit from this book. That's Bhagavad Gita as it is. So I just want to give an introduction. We'll go with the slide. This one is a little bit technical. Hopefully, myself, Tirthanga Nitai. And how I met Bhagavad Gita is also a very great thing which I felt in my life. I come up from a very orthodox Brahmin family, so by nature my parents were very spiritually inclined, but they were thinking everything is acceptable and whatever you want you can do. That's how general thought was there. But then my parents met a perfect guide in their life. So that helped them to know about Bhagavad Gita. And my mother, especially actually, she had read 20 versions of Bhagavad Gita. So I want to tell about this thing. And later we have a code of honor from where we can understand like many critics and many of great people who have accepted Bhagavad Gita, why they accepted Bhagavad Gita and what happened in their life. That will come to know. And why we have to take up this Bhagavad Gita course. That will come to know in this course, in this present session. What is there in this for me, that also will come to know, and we'll give a course overview. Whole 18 chapter overview will be given today, and then every week we'll be having a session on Saturday, each chapter. As I said, my parents were inspired first, and they brought me into this ocean of knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita. They met a perfect guide in their life who guided them, and my parents guided me. So my mother was reading Bhagavad Gita after graduation. Many versions of Bhagavad Gita she had read. Around 20 versions of Bhagavad Gita she had read, which is found at least in India. And then when she met a guide, his name is His Grace Subudhi Krishna Das, and they conducted a Bhagavad Gita crash course in 7 days. They gave, just like how we are learning now in 18 days. So she understood and she read the Bhagavad Gita, especially Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. So why this word as it is, we'll come to know about that in this small description. So after reading Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, the author is His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, as you all know. Is the founder Acharya of founder of ISKCON Society, worldwide movement. So after reading his Bhagavad Gita, she felt that this book is really giving a knowledge of God, giving a proper direction. There is no confusion, there is no conflicts, there is no doubts. So she was totally clear and she felt that satisfaction where she never felt across those all 20 versions of Bhagavad Gita. So this opened a door to her for the spirituality, and she, as being a pillar of her family, she guided our whole family, my parents, my sister, everyone. So today we are following these instructions of Bhagavad Gita very easily. Srila Prabhupada has given this. It's nothing difficult. It's written in Sanskrit, but he took a lot of pain. At the age of 69, he started uh, traveling to the Western country. He distributed this knowledge of Gita. So as a code of honor, we can see Henry David Thoreau mentions, in the morning, I bathe my intellect in the stupendous and cosmological philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, in comparison with which our modern world and its literature seem puny and trivial. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, I owed a magnificent day to the Bhagavad Gita. It was the first of books. It was as if an empire spoke to us, nothing small or unworthy, but large, serene, consistent, the voice of an old intelligence which in another age and climate had pondered, and thus disposed the same questions which excise us. And also we see Mahatma Gandhi says, when doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, and I see not one ray of hope on the horizon, I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find a verse to comfort me, and I immediately begin to smile in the midst of the overwhelming sorrow. Those who meditate on the Gita will derive fresh joy and new meanings from it every day. So, among the audience, I just want to put the question: if you have uh, come across Bhagavad Gita in your life till now, you have read Bhagavad Gita in your life. So just put yes in the chat box and we'll go ahead. I may not read the chat box, so Som Sundar Prabhu can help me in reading the chat box if someone is answering. If you have come across Bhagavad Gita in your life, please just put yes in the chat box. Som Sundar, Prabhu, you can read if something is coming in the chat box.
Yes, everyone is responding. We see Maverick, Saurav Das, Yash, Argya, Krishna Ankur Sarkar, Danielle Naidu, Jayant Mandar, Sujana Vahi, Somadeep Bose. Everybody is read.
Very
Yes,
nice,
yes,
very
yes,
nice, very
yes.
nice. That's what Bhagavad Gita is. That's what it's not something that it's new. But yes, but we are missing something. Like for example, everyone knows Apple. Everyone knows Apple, but what is Apple? Is it fruit apple or it's an iPad or it's a phone? We don't know. So we have come at the right point to discuss about this Bhagavad Gita. Today we'll be going into a great journey. So welcoming all again. So, I would like to say some critics which I read in Bhagavad Gita, which I felt very happy and interesting. There is Dr. Thomas from Franklin Marshall College, Thomas Merton, Catholic theologian, and Dr. Geddes McGregor from Southern California University. Stilson Judah. Dr. Stilson Judah is a professor of the history of religious and director of the library from Berkeley. He says, our Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, in this beautiful translation, Srila Prabhupada has caught the deep devotional spirit of Gita and has supplied the text with an elaborate commentary in the truly authentic tradition. So this is what Stilson mentions. And Dr. S. Shukla from Georgetown University says, Bhagavad Gita as it is. I'm mentioning it always as it is because it's a version which I said really standing apart from all the versions, have created a great impact as I said before, like irrespective of any caste or any creed. Bhagavad Gita as it is deeply felt, powerfully conceived and beautifully explained work. I have never seen any other work on the Gita with such an important voice and style. It's a work of undoubted integrity. It will occupy a significant place in the intellectual and ethical. I repeat, it will occupy a significant place in the intellectual and ethical life of modern man for a long time to come. So the literature which has been distributed all over the world, around more than 10 million hardbound copies have been distributed. Can you just imagine? So that's how the power of God. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita, we can understand that this is not just a Gita. Krishna gave Gita to so many. He gave to Uddhav, he gave to Arjun, he gave to many people. But this Gita, especially which was given to Arjun, is called as Bhagavad Gita, because this was the message which Lord wanted to give, not only to Arjuna, but you, me, and everyone on this earth. So we are entering into this journey. So Srila Prabhupada is also mentioning. Srila Prabhupada is also mentioning this Bhagavad Gita is about such literature. No mundane book compares with the Bhagavad Gita. You cannot compare with any other book. So what is therein for me? So we'll come to know about that thing. Don't worry. This course will enable you to complete fearless approach in the day-to-day life. So Gita is a practical thing. Gita is not just a theory. This course will enable you to have clear thought process. Course will give you inner stability, rooted wisdom, and cosmopolitan vision. This course will enable you to have all divine qualities like mercy, truthfulness, one-pointed attention, etc. in your personality. So, in short, if you want to tell, it's like a personality development course. It's a value-based education, but it has been given 5,000 years before. It's a timeless, it's standing for all time and without any change, without any amendment, without any updates, and still serving us. This knowledge is serving this whole world. So let's take opportunity of this and we'll come to a great destination. What is that? This will enable you to come in close proximity with Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. Who does not want to meet God? Who does not want to see God? Who does not want to be dear to the God? That will come to know in this course. This will teach us, and this will be the most blissful, effective form of yoga called Bhakti Yoga. So there's two things. There is called, one is Sadhya, that is called as goal, and there is Sadhana. Sadhya means the destiny, destination. So we discussed about the destination, what we'll get and how we'll be blissful, and what we have to do, that we are going to discuss in the next 18 days. So don't miss a single class, although you may get it recorded, but in the live class, you will enjoy it. So this 18 chapters in 18 days, we'll come to know about Gita. There are 18 chapters. Specifically, this number 18 has a very unique role. There is 18 chapters. The Battle of Kurukshetra goes for 18 days, and also it is this Akshavani in the Mahabharata. It was called as Akshavani, that they had battle formation on the land of Kurukshetra, which consisted of 21,870 elephants, 21,870 chariots, 65,610 cavalries, and 1,09,350 infantry. And if you add all the numbers, it will come to 18. It's surprisingly like that. Like 21,870 elephants, if you add 2 plus 1 plus 8 plus 7 plus 0, it's 18. And if you add 65,610 each number, it comes to 18. So in these 18 chapters, there are 3 divisions. Bhagavad Gita is divided. First 6 chapter is called as Karma Yoga. The next 6 chapter is called as Bhakti Yoga. The last 6 chapters is called as Jnana Yoga. So we'll come to know about this thing. And why Bhakti Yoga in the middle? Because anything which is very valuable, where we keep it? We'll keep it somewhere outside? No, we keep it safely in a box, in a very safety box. Even if it may be money, it may be a mobile, it may be a laptop, it may be any precious thing, a valuable thing, we keep it safely. Similarly, this Bhakti Yoga is been kept very safely in Jnana and Karma. So first 6 chapters we'll be discussing. The first chapter is called as Observing the Armies on the Battlefield. The second chapter is contents of Gita summarized. The third chapter speaks about Karma Yoga. The fourth chapter speaks about transcendental knowledge. Fifth chapter speaks about Karma Yoga. And sixth chapter speaks about Dhyana Yoga. Next, we are going to the next half. So this first half, the Karma Yoga. So how many of you heard about karma? Please type yes in the chat box. How many of you heard about Karma Yoga or karma? Whoever of you heard, please just type yes in the chat box.
Jayant, Sparsha, Argya, Yash, Vishi, Maverick, Devireddy, Siddhartha, Saurabh Das, Saumadeep Ghosh.
Yeah.
Almost everyone has.
Yeah, this karma is a very interesting topic. So many times people say, oh, this is my karma. Thank you for putting your inputs. So many of them says, oh, this is my karma. Yes, specifically in India also they say. But then what is karma? It's not just the reaction, but it's also action. So we'll come to know about this in the first 6 chapters. So chapter 2 is Gita summarized. So Arjun submits to Lord Krishna as his disciple, and Krishna begins his teaching to Arjuna by explaining the fundamental distinction between the temporary material body and the eternal spirit soul. The Lord explains the process of transmigration, the nature of selfless service, the supreme, and the characteristic of self-realized person. So this second chapter, I'm really going to tell you that is something like the entire Gita has been taught in the second chapter for us. The second thing, in the second chapter itself, we'll get all type of solutions for all type of problems. Just imagine, it's just starting. And when you go through it, you feel like, oh my God, this is so nice. I didn't know. This is going to help me. And now just see about what will happen to the next another 16 chapters. So you will be going in a very exciting and surprising journey, I can tell you. And that's how the author has made this book, has written this book. Like you will be going through a very interesting journey. I need not tell more. It's interesting because you will feel it. Otherwise, from past, I hope 20 years or something, 21 years, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. I never got bored. This is my personal experience. I still read Bhagavad Gita now also, and leaving me, there are many people who are reading Bhagavad Gita from past 50 years, 70 years. No one got bored. How many of you felt bored after you reading any magazines? Just you can write yes in the chat box. If you have felt really bored reading some magazine, would you go to read magazine for 20 years, the same magazine? So if you really you got bored, you write yes. If you have not got bored, don't worry. I'm not forcing you. So this is the first 6 chapters. Samsundar, they are, I think, saying yes.
Yes, they are responding. Like
Thank you
Daniel Naidu, Yash, Argya, Jayant, Subodh. They says yes.
Yeah, we don't read newspaper, the same newspaper for next day, 24 hours. Come on, throw it. And today, no one reads newspaper. So this age is not computer age. This age is not stone age. This age is not ice age. This age is information age. The age of information. They say the information is the oil which is running the whole universe today. So now we have an information which has been given 5,000 years before. Arjuna says to Krishna that you said this knowledge you gave to sun god. Now just imagine sun god first Krishna gave this knowledge. Sun god means it's like during the creation. So Arjuna just came 5,000 years before, and sun god is there for millions and millions of years. Sun god is also called as Vivaswan. So now this knowledge is from millions and millions of years, and it's not getting updated. Okay, now version 1, version 1.1, version 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. No. And people are reading and reading and reading. So the next 6th chapter, which we are going to know, is a very great, sweet thing. That's the knowledge of the absolute. We'll come to know who is the absolute person. Am I absolute person? Or is there someone? And how to attain the supreme, that comes in your 8th chapter, attaining the supreme. So how we can attain the supreme? By remembering through devotion, and one can attain supreme. This just okay. So just a tip of iceberg we are going today through this introduction. Please. So the next, the most important thing, the most confidential knowledge is given in chapter 9. It's called as Raja Guhya Yoga, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yoga. This is called as Raja Vidya, the king of knowledge. So Lord Krishna gives this supreme knowledge to Arjuna. And it is in the 9th chapter. And in the 10th chapter, we'll discuss about the opulence of the absolute. It's also called as Vibhuti Yoga. You will understand what's in this universe, which even a scientist may not be knowing, even the NASA may not be knowing, because we are seeing with our limited sense, but this knowledge has been given through Shruti. Shruti means this knowledge was not in books. This knowledge was given through just by speech to the teacher, and teacher says to his student. Therefore, this was called as Shruti. Then came Smriti. People remembered it. People did not have all these microchips, hard disk, and they get crashed, and then all the information is gone. Then you tell that, okay, now information is gone, and you take the information again. No, people had their memory chips intact for thousands and thousands of years. Next, this was written into the books. Therefore, the Shastras, Vedas were come. And among that, Bhagavad Gita is the very, very sublime and pristine knowledge, is the essence. So there you will come to know about the absolute, knowledge about the absolute. And the chapter 11 is more interesting. It's universal form, the Vishwarupa. Even Arjuna was surprised, and he felt like a great thing. What's happening all over? He was literally seeing everywhere what's happening. There's creation, there's destruction, there's volcano, there's flood, there's famine, there's people burning, people are taking birth, people are dying, and the whole entire thing was really a great journey. But then Arjuna goes on to the next chapter, that is the most essential thing, the most important thing, 12th chapter, that is called as Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. So here also we'll understand what are the divine qualities that we have to cultivate. So this Bhagavad Gita, if you know, it was an internal warfare or external warfare. What do you feel? Please, in the audience, I want to get an answer from you. If it's an internal warfare, put it IF. If it's an external warfare, if it's internal warfare, put IW. Or if it's an external war, put EW. I repeat again my question. If you feel Bhagavad Gita is an internal war, put it IW, or Bhagavad Gita is an external war, put it EW. So Sundar, please can you help me?
Yes, bro.
The answers are coming. Can you help me? I can't see the answers.
Yeah. Vishim Maverick, Ash, Subodh, Saurav, Subhas,
They are mentioning
Divyanshu,
EW,
Sparsha.
EW or
Yes,
IW?
IW.
IW. It's
Yeah.
internal warfare. Yeah, exactly. This Mahabharata was a warfare on Kurukshetra. It was an external warfare, but the purpose was to give solution for our internal warfares. Everyone, me, you, everyone, no one can say that, no, I never had problem in my life. No one can say. I'm not asking again question because it's common. We have seen in big seminars. We saw there was a seminar, Masters of Century. Even the same question was asked: is there anyone who does not have problem? Raise your hand. No one raised. Everyone had problem. So every day, every moment, we have a decision to take. So that's a problem. So here the knowledge makes us clear. That's what we said. What we'll understand from this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita is, it will make us very clear, everything clear. This internal warfare will stop. You will feel the bliss, you will feel the peace. But the thing is, it should not be just information, no transformation. That shouldn't happen. It should be information, application, then transformation. Okay. So we will help you to apply this thing. We have a very nice guide also with us, Som Sundar. He will also take care of all of you. Please be with us and enjoy this Bhakti Yoga. So next, we are going to Gyan Yoga, the knowledge. What knowledge you want? There is only two knowledge which is spoken in this all over the world. What is that? One is living and another is non-living. Is there anything outside that? Please message. If something is there, you can message on the chat box. If there is something outside it, there is only two information about living and another thing is non-living. If there is any other information outside this, please mention yes. And if there is no other information, please mention no. Sundar?
No.
Yeah, no, there's nothing outside living and non-living. It's only two things. And Krishna says to Arjuna, I am giving you all knowledge. He didn't say that there is some knowledge which I am not able to give you or you are not able to hear. He said, I'm going to give you all knowledge. Thank you for those who are all participating very interactively. I like interactive sessions. Some of these online lockdown, we are here. Otherwise, we enjoy the session because I enjoyed personally when I attended this session in Bangalore. So that's how now I am very much inspired to spread this knowledge. So next, we are going to the 13th chapter, the nature, the enjoyer, and the conscious. 12th chapter is devotional service. Then 13th chapter is nature, the enjoyer, and the consciousness. Will come to know what is consciousness. It's a very scientific thing, dear friends. Consciousness, people have not gone through what is really consciousness. They don't know anything about consciousness. Who is enjoyer? I'm eating a sweet. I'm enjoying the sweet, or sweet is enjoying me. So who is enjoying? My senses are enjoying. I am enjoying. My soul is enjoying. The sweet is enjoying. So we'll come to know who is the enjoyer. The next is 15th chapter, the yoga of the Supreme Person. So the ultimate purpose of Vedic knowledge is to detach oneself from the entanglement of this material world and to understand the Lord and to identify oneself and the Lord. So these are the very technical things, but still, when you go through this knowledge, when you go through this information, you'll come to know these are like our destination. This is our goal. We have to know something. Otherwise, we will be just like in a place where there is cloud and there is sun is covered by the cloud and it's very dark and we feel, oh, there is no sun. That's what happens. People say, oh, there is no God. Why? Because I can't see God. So I can't see sun. So does it mean that there is no sun? No. I can say, I can't see sun, but if there is some sun, please show me. So we will go to the next 16th chapter, that will be about divine and demonic nature. So this is a very wonderful chapter because we have to know that whom we have to be and to be on whose side. Always there was a war in this world and war will be there. Don't think that war should be end. War will not end. War did not end in this world. War did not end in country. War did not end in our home. War did not end in our families, right? War is a spice of the life. Don't worry. But yes, we are not telling we have to go for the violence. But war happens. But then in that war, what is going to happen? There is a victory towards those who are having divine qualities. That means this war is also a lesson for us or to the people who don't want to accept divinity. So this is one of the way of the thing. And the 17th chapter, there is divisions of faith. You will be very much you will be very much excited by knowing this. What are the divisions of faith? We know there is only one faith, but there are divisions of faith and what happens to a person who is in different faith, that will come to know. And the conclusion, that's the 18th chapter, is called as perfection of renunciation, the sannyas yoga. So sannyas yoga. So people think, oh, Bhagavad Gita also spirituality. It's not for me. I'm going to work. I'm going to job. Come on, Arjuna was in a greater job than anyone on this earth. How many of you feel this? Just type yes in the chat box. Arjuna was in a great position, was in a great job. He was a great corporate. I mean, he was on a big work on this world, not like us. We cannot compare to anyone on this earth. Som Sundar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's 8:35. I don't want to leave all of you, but just we can't go on. But still, little bit I will come to know. We're ending within 9. So the division of faith and conclusion, the perfection of faith. So when we go deep into this Bhagavad Gita, so we'll come to know 5 aspects. This is Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? Next, what is Kala? Time. What is Prakriti? Nature. What is Karma? Action. And who is Jiva? So these 5 aspects have been very nicely, very vividly explained by Krishna to Arjuna. Arjuna never said, oh, it's getting bored, Krishna, please change this channel. Let's put on sports. He didn't say, like when we were sitting in front of a TV or wherever, like we initially we had 1 channel, then there came 2 channels, then there came 24 channels. So each hour you can see one channel. Now I don't know, maybe there is 200 channels. If someone knows how many channels, you can put in the chat box. Maybe 300 channels, I don't know, 1,000 channels. So people are changing channel within every second, within every minute, because people get bored. Why? Because knowledge itself is boring. Arjuna never said it's boring. We hear about Bhagavatam, it's higher studies than this Bhagavad Gita. We will be having courses on Bhagavatam also. In Bhagavatam, people sat for 7 days without drinking water, without eating any food, and they were just like wrapped, and they were like they're feeling like, oh, wow, what is this? So this knowledge is this Jnana Yoga, this Bhakti Yoga, this Karma Yoga. These are very much important because it's application knowledge. It's not a theoretical knowledge. So in these 5 aspects, Jiva is eternal. Eternal means it doesn't die. Ishvara is eternal. Kala is eternal. The karma and prakriti, they are temporary. They get manifested and then unmanifested. So these aspects will come to know very nicely. So what you are expected to do in this course? You will get some quiz, you have to answer it. So it will be very interesting, because when you read, when you churn in your mind, then you will understand these things more. Otherwise, you hear and then you forget. It's just not like a YouTube video or Facebook video. No, this is very much important. And please be present for 70% attendance. Otherwise, you may not get certificate. I mean, you will not get certificate. So 70% is minimum attendance, and you will get a content to read, to prepare for the quizzes, and you will get a very nice, interesting shlokas. If you go across through some research, it's found by remembering shlokas, one can sharpen their memory. People used to remember the contact numbers of everyone in the family before times, but nowadays, even to know their own number, they tell, please give me a missed call, or they will call and they get the number from others. So this is our present scenario. This, we are not having memory, but remembering shlokas will make us very sharp in our memory. Okay, so it will be a very blissful journey. Why it will be a blissful journey? Because it's going to be a journey with God and with the person who is expert guide, Srila Prabhupada. So it's this class or this book or whatever it is, it will be not so much good only just because of me. It's just because of Srila Prabhupada, because he has given us in a very nice way. So be with this journey for 18 days. So we have another 20 minutes. If you have any question till now, please put in the chat box. Som Sundar can help me. If anything is there in the chat box, any question regarding the course or whatever I spoke till now, based on that. If there is any question.
Rupali Nandini Mataji was saying that does karma mean work?
Oh, karma means
Does
work.
karma mean work?
In short, karma means action. So whatever we are doing, action is called as karma. But there are other various types of karma also that will come to know. Vikarma, sakarma, akarma, all these things. So that will be in detailed studies. Yes, karma means work. That's you said rightly. Any more question?
Sparsha Kumar is saying when will be the quiz and all? So quiz will be given. Quiz will be given after the session, after every chapter. Daniel Naidu Mataji is saying which copy of Bhagavad Gita will be using?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji, are you able to hear?
Yeah, yeah.
Daniel, which copy of Bhagavad Gita will be using?
Okay. So Bhagavad Gita as it is, you can see here. So if anyone is not having this copy, please you can message your contact name and address in the WhatsApp group or to Sundar Prabhu. So he will try to reach this copy to you in whatever way it's possible. We'll try to reach to you. That's fine, Sundar.
Actually, she is from out of India, that Mataji.
So maybe we can, she can purchase from a local online website, or later also we can send a PDF, something like that, whatever possible. Yes. We'll give a copy surely.
Vishi Maverick Ji is asking, how is Jiva eternal?
Okay. So, in short, I will tell the answer because it's a big thing, because second chapter deals with this thing only. We'll come to know very nicely, very clearly. In short, I will tell the answer. That is, like for example, a spark of a fire. So has the same quality of the fire. A droplet of an ocean has the same quality of ocean. Similarly, soul is called as part and parcel of Lord or God. Lord is eternal, so we are part and parcel of the Lord, so we also become eternal. Is it answered? So it's in short, but we'll go in detail. Don't worry. Any other question?
Yes, Rupali Mataji is asking, do we need to buy the Gita?
Actually, if you have a hard copy, so it's very good. In your local place, if you find out our ISKCON centers, then it will be very good. It will be very nice. So I was telling about Srila Prabhupada, the author of this Bhagavad Gita as it is. So he's also founder of ISKCON. So there are many centers. If any centers are nearby, we'll try to help you. You can reach out. You can buy a hard copy. It will be very much always good. You'll feel it good in reading. And if in case there is no other way, then we'll reach out a PDF.
Yes, RJ is asking, Prabhu, can Bhagavad Gita help me? How do I get rid of fear of failure and fear of future?
Of course, just in 18 days, you will get the solution for all your problems, I can tell you. But then later, the main thing is you have to apply. So one of our founder name is Abhay Charan Aravinda. Abhay Charan Aravinda. So his name was given when he was initiated in 1922. So the Abhay Charan, Abhaya means Bhaya, opposite of Bhaya means Abhaya, means fearless. So lots of things is there in our life which makes us fear loss of things. We lose some things, or we may lose something, or we may not get something. So there is a fear. So if we take shelter of the Lord, surely there will become fearless. But how to do practically, that's most important. That will be discussed.
And Subhadeep Chakravarti is asking, sir, how much time will we get for quiz? You need not worry, Subhadeep Chakravarti. You will get much enough time for the quiz. And Ratnajit Chakravarti is asking, can I use any Gita or specifically Bhagavad Gita as it is?
Yes, this is a very nice question. What is the name?
Ratnajit Chakravarti.
Ratnajit Chakravarti. Ratnajit Chakravarti, I am telling you, Gita is only one. Don't worry. Bhagavad Gita is only one. Okay. But the thing is, people have twisted, screwed the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. And for an example, it's mentioned like milk. Milk is called as Amrita. Okay. Now, if a snake comes and licks that milk, what happens? That Amrita will become Visha. Similarly, Gita is pure. I can say any Gita, I can tell, okay, go ahead with it. But the problem is we don't know who has screwed up this meaning. I can't tell like what all things have come up in the name of Gita. Some people say Gita means do karma. Some people say Gita means you can just go and disappear. And some people say that no, there was nothing. There was no Krishna, there was no Arjuna, there was no war. Can you imagine? And they're great, great authors. So at this course, I request all of you, keep a broad mind, go through this Bhagavad Gita as it is once, and you will feel, I'm not discriminating any Gitas. I'm not telling you, oh, that Gita is not good, this Gita is not good. Just give a, what I can call, just give a chance for yourself to go through this Bhagavad Gita, which has really transformed people worldwide without violence. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say, because don't miss this knowledge. There are so many Gitas. As I said, also my mother read 20 versions of Gita, but then after she read this Gita, she was satisfied. So I feel that don't miss this Bhagavad Gita. If you are not getting hard copy, we'll try to reach you soft copy. So we recommend Bhagavad Gita as it is, because it's changing the whole world. So don't miss the opportunity. Give a chance for this thing.
And one more question, Saurabh Das, he's asking, does Bhagavad Gita speak about Hinduism or any specific religion?
See, this what I said in my last message, that you can know about God, and you can lead a very divine life, and you can live a very happy life, and people's life transformed without violence. I said, why I said violence? Because in our whole world, if you see, people who are in power, they wanted to influence and they created violence. They wanted to say like, me, I am the highway. Everyone should follow me. If someone does not follow, I'll cut his throat. Okay. So I don't want to mention which religion did for what other religions, or what other religion did for other religions. I don't want to discuss anything that thing. Therefore, you can repeat the question again, Somsundar.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I got it. So therefore, this we are not going to. This book is based for the whole world. So now tell me, the whole world, this knowledge was given for human mankind. So a person may belong. That's what I said. A person may belong to any race, any caste, any creed. Even there is no discrimination between men and women. Can you imagine? So this knowledge is above. That's what Prabhupada mentioned. This book is above all the literature. So it's not that we speak about Hinduism or it does not speak about religion. No, it's going to speak about life. And life is equal on this world for everyone. We have to love each all. We have to love everyone, and we have to have this universal brotherhood. Actually, if you all, you might not know, United Nation organization has many activities, has many goals. I mean, many objectives. Among those 7 objectives, today ISKCON is taking part in establishing universal brotherhood and peace in the whole world. Any other question?
Yes. One more question by Rupali Mataji, that in today's world, how would you describe divinity?
Okay, in today's world, how you describe divinity? Very nice question. I can say divinity means experience the bliss. Experience the bliss. In today's world, we are not experiencing. We are just seeing, or we were just hearing, but we have to experience. And it's not something we'll get after death. Sometimes people say, okay, we'll achieve this after death. No, you will achieve now. You will feel now. And Srila Prabhupada mentioned, this can be felt even by a child. And he said, still more, he said, even an animal can feel this divinity. So it's an experience, it's a spiritual bliss, I can say. Any other question?
No, Prabhu. You
Okay.
can carry.
So we have last 9 minutes, and we'll go to know about some little bit small things about glories of Bhagavad Gita. We hear glories of so many people on this world, right? Bollywood stars, sports stars, whatnot, all scientists, then teachers, students, that, this, and also many things. But why not know about glories of Gita? What is this? What is the glory of Gita? We came to know till now by so many other critics, so many honors, so many big people. But let us know by a very great personality. Can anyone mention whom I'm going to speak? Can anyone put in the chat box? Whom I'm going to speak? A great, glorious things spoken on Bhagavad Gita by some great personality. Is a very great personality, is known by all people in this world. What they're mentioning, Samsung?
Yes, Jayant is mentioning Vivek Pindra.
Very nice.
And Bishi Maverick is mentioning Gandhiji.
Very nice.
Yes, that's all.
Okay.
Henry Ford.
What is mentioning?
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, very
Smriti
nice.
Irani.
Smriti
Irani.
Okay. Okay, so not waiting for long time and not keeping you very much delayed. I was going to speak about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva says to Mother Parvati in Padma Purana about Gita Mahatmya. This actually gave me literally a new paradigm, because people, especially in India, they think, oh, you worship him, then that God will get angry. You worship him, then this God will get angry. So let's all worship everyone. I had seen in my house, like there will be a wooden rack. On that, all photos will be there, around 8 to 10 photos, and whom to worship. People getting confused. And modern world, people want one person. How many people to worship? So I'm telling you, Lord Shiva spoke to Mother Parvati, and that's called as Gita Mahatmya. It comes in Padma Purana. It says uh, in the Gita Mahatmya, the first shloka says, this transcendental literature, Bhagavad Gita, one should read very carefully. Gita Shastram Idam punyam ya patet prayata puma. If one properly follows the instructions, if one properly follows the instructions of Gita, one can be freed from what? All the miseries and anxieties of life. Bhaya shokadi varjitah. One will be freed from all fears in this life, and one's next life will be spiritual. See, this is Gita Mahatmya 1. I mean, this is sloka, still first sloka of Gita Mahatmya. What we are going to be freed? We are not going to be freed about from the money. No, we are not, we are going to be freed about from miseries. Don't worry, don't think that, oh, by attending this course my money is going away. Sometimes people say, don't keep this Krishna Vigraha, the idol or deity of Krishna with the flute. Don't keep it with the flute. So someone asked why? Because they said, because he's blowing the flute, so he will blow the all money from your pocket. So all type of things we are heard in our life, but what is going to happen? What we are going to be free? We are going to be free from miseries. Is there anyone who does not want to be freed from misery, free from anxiety? Shokadi Varjita. Is there anyone here? Please put yes. If you feel that I don't want to be freed from this, so you can put yes. Someone put yes.
Subodhi is saying yes.
Okay, you did not get my question. I was telling, if you don't feel to be freed from miseries, if you feel that you don't want to be freed from anxieties, then put yes. So that was Gita Mahatmya 1 shloka. And the shloka 2 says, Gita Dhyana Shilasya Pranayama Parasya Naiva Shanti Papani Purva Janma Kritani Cha. If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, say these words are very much important. I'm telling you. Gita Mahatmya 1 says, the shloka 1 says that if you follow the instructions of Gita properly, first thing, and the Gita Mahatmya second, it is mentioning sincerely and seriousness. It's not like that. Okay, it's okay. It's no one is there is no target. Corporate world, in school, in college, we have a target, but here there is no target. It's okay. If I like, I'll follow. If I don't like, I'll not follow. You may feel. So if you are like that, then you're not serious. I'm sorry, this Gita course is only for serious people. There's no like backbenchers. ठीक है, आराम से सो जाएंगे, जो बोल रहे वीडियो ऑफ कर दो. Don't be like that. Be sincere, be serious. You will get all solution for all problems. And so last 3 minutes is left. So we'll be ending the class here. Okay, there is one question. Can one touch the Gita during the monthly cycle of ladies? Rupali Hiranandini. I tell you, it's like a medicine. Okay, this medicine is for the soul. So don't worry. Please utilize the book. This book is for reading. So there is so many type of concepts, but don't worry. We are here to guide you in a proper way. Like for example, if I am having some doubts, so I have to ask someone. So please, you ask all your doubts here. So we'll help you. You don't worry if you are having any health problems still. you can read Bhagavad Gita, you can touch Bhagavad Gita, because the main utilization of Gita is to know and to read. So it's not really so much serious thing that you should not touch it. Okay. So we'll be hearing more about the glories of Gita in the next chapters, the next classes. So thank you very much. Thank you one and all for joining today's introduction class on Bhagavad Gita.